So here we can write any Python code. Yesterday we discussed, right? Some if x is equals to 10. So directly here we can print. If you can run the program with this run this cell, or you can hit this run menu option and you can click on run selected cell, and one more shortcut is shift enter. So these three are the options to run any cell in Python notebook, Jupyter notebook. So and no need of the print statement here. If you define a variable, you can directly print that by writing that variable name and shift enter, it will print the output. So this is regarding Jupyter notebook. And so today we'll learn about pandas. So what is pandas? So pandas is a library in Python. So this is also open source. What is the meaning of open source? Open source means we can directly install pandas and we can use it in our Python program. So that's the reason it will be called open source. No need of any payments or anything. Free and open source. And so pandas is majorly used for data manipulation, data analysis and data cleaning. Data manipulation means like if you have some like a set of data, if you want to insert more data or remove data, so those kind of any operations on data, so we can perform using pandas. So analysis, like if you want to know if there is a data of students, so you want to know like who is performing well in that list of students, or you want to know who has more capability of working with groups. So anything, like if you have set of data, if you want to know more about the individual students or group of students, like analysis kind of thing, so that we can perform using pandas. And data cleaning, so if you have a set of data and you want to remove some unnecessary data or redundant data, so those kind of operations you can perform. So pandas ante enti ante like open source Python library anamata. సో ఇది ఒక పైథాన్ లైబ్రరీ, దీన్ని లైక్ మనం డైరెక్ట్లీ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసుకొని వర్క్ చేయొచ్చు. సో మేజర్గా ఎక్కడ యూస్ చేస్తామంటే మనకి డేటా మ్యానిపులేషన్కి, డేటా క్లీన్ చేయడానికి, డేటా అనాలిసిస్, ఏదైనా డేటా ఉంది దాని గురించి మనకి క్లియర్ అనాలిసిస్ తెలుసుకోవడానికి, ఆ డేటా దేని గురించి ఉంది, లైక్ ఆ డేటా సపోజ్ ఒక CSV ఫైల్ ఉంది. సో ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు నో హౌ మెనీ కాలమ్స్ ఇట్ హ్యాస్, హౌ మెనీ రోస్ ఇట్ హ్యాస్, సో దోస్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ థింగ్స్ యూ కెన్ ఈజీలీ నో. నెక్స్ట్, so if you know what is pandas used for, like so it is majorly used for if you have a database or Excel sheets or CSV files. So like this, all these can be imported using pandas. So we already seen like reading data from CSV files in Python, right? So here pandas will have a lot of advantages over that CSV file reading in Python. If we use pandas, we have a lot of advantages that we'll see in our further classes. So we can read data from databases, spreadsheets that are Excel sheets, comma separated files like CSV files, even we can read data from JSON files. So for everything we have some inbuilt methods in pandas. And see here we discussed, right? Clean data sets. So if you want to clean some data sets, dealing with missing values, so these kind of operations we can perform. Tidy data sets by reshaping their structure into suitable format. Means, so here if you have data, some data in your program, if you want to reshape, means, so if you have 5x4 columns, like five rows or 4 columns, if you want to reshape it, you want to make it as 6 rows and 3 columns, so those kind of reshaping you can perform using pandas. Aggregate data by calculating summary statistics, so I discussed, right? Like if you have students list, if you want to know who is performing well, those kind of operations. And correlation between them, like correlation between them is, suppose if you have two tables, consider 2 tables. If you want to understand what are the columns related to each other in these 2 separate tables, how do we merge these 2 tables? So those kind of operations we can perform. And visualize data sets, means suppose if I want to, so I have 5 students and I have their marks. So I want to see this marks in a bar graph, bar chart. So we can see using pandas. If you can see that in bar chart, or you can see in pie chart. So we have different visualizations also using pandas. So this is about pandas. So command to install pandas is pip install pandas. I already installed it, like we'll directly work with. So
sir, I wonder.
Yeah, please tell me.
Sir, actually this visualization we will also do as a data engineer.
Yeah, no, we don't care much about visualization. Just high level, just you want to know, like we can perform visualization also. For that, I have added this part. We will not much be involved in visualization.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we'll only involved in this till here. So command to install this is like, and one more thing is, so pandas will provide two data structures. So they are like series and data frames. So here series means one dimensional label array. సో సిరీస్ అంటే ఏంటి, వన్ డైమెన్షనల్ అరే అనమాట. దీంట్లో లైక్ ఒక సింగిల్ కాలం ఉంటుంది, లైక్ ఇండెక్సెస్ ఉంటాయి. సిరీస్ ఇస్ వన్ డైమెన్షనల్ లేబుల్డ్ అరే క్యాపబుల్ ఆఫ్ హోల్డింగ్ ఎనీ డేటా టైప్ లైక్ సింగిల్ కాలం ఇన్ ఎక్సెల్. సో ఎక్సెల్లో మనం చూస్తే ఒక సింగిల్ కాలం ఉందనుకోండి, సో ఆ సింగిల్ కాలం ఉంటుంది సిరీస్లో, ఇండెక్సెస్ కూడా ఉంటాయి. సో దిస్ ఈస్ సిరీస్. This is example program. We will work with program. And one more is DataFrame. So I told you, right? Python pandas provides two primary data structures, series and DataFrame. Series ante single dimensional. DataFrame means two dimensional data, labeled data, two dimensional labeled data. So here, if you have Excel sheet, you can have any number of rows, any number of columns, right? So if you consider SQL table, we can have any number of columns, like any number more than one. We can have 10, 20 rows and columns, right? So similar to SQL table, DataFrame is a data structure in pandas, two-dimensional data structure. It contains rows and columns. So with each column is a series. So why we are saying each column is a series means, so if you consider one column, so one column means it has only one column, right? One column means we can call it as series. Single column means series, right? You have more than one row and columns, we call data frame. So if you have diagrammatic representation here, if you see, so this is series. Series means you have only one column. Cars is one column we have. Here if you see, only one column, stock. So this is a series. This is also a series. So this is a column. So indexes you don't need to consider. Columns here only one, right? So we'll call series. So if you see here data frame, data can have more than one column. Here we have two columns. So if you consider this individually, cars is a one column. So this one column can be called as series. This one column separately can be called as series. So we are merging here. We are getting more than one column. So this is a data frame example. సో ఇక్కడ సిరీస్ ఏంటంటే ఒకటే కాలం ఉంది కాబట్టి దీన్ని సిరీస్ అన్నాము. ఇక్కడ మోర్ దెన్ వన్ కాలం ఉంది కాబట్టి డేటా ఫ్రేమ్ అన్నాము. So any doubts or questions? Next we'll go through the program. Till here any theory doubts?
No.
Okay.
No doubt.
So now we will go to the coding part here. Okay. So here, so we are using a library called pandas, right? So if you are using third-party library, we have to import that library first in our system. So import, what is it? The library name is pandas. So we can give an alias name as PD. So we can directly write import pandas, but so everywhere instead of writing pandas and every time we can use a shortcut called PD. It is a like alias name, short name for the pandas.
Means only we have to give PD or we can denote anything.
We can give anything, PA, and we can give anything you can give.
Okay.
Alias name just. So generally, so pandas means P and D are highlighting, right? So that's the reason most of the people will use PD.
Okay.
You can give any name. So we'll first create a series. So series is a single column, right? What I'll do, I'll take a list. 10, 20, 30. So here I'll take a list. So to convert this into series, so PD is the name, right? So we have to write series. series, we can directly pass this data. So here, now I executed this. So I did not print this series variable, right? That's why we are not seeing I. So if you print this, so here, these are indexes. You have to consider only one column. This is the column. These are indexes. So data type will be int 64. All these are integers, right?
Means every data will be shown in like this tabular column only.
Yes.
And output also.
Yes. This is output.
That only. Okay.
So here, if you remember, in VS Code, this will not be properly visible in terminal.
Yes.
So one disadvantage is we can write one column. But if you consider SQL tables, CSV files, Excel files, there nothing will be like in one column, right? Most of the times we'll be having more than one columns.
Yes.
So for that we have DataFrame.
Okay.
So how to write DataFrame? First thing is import pandas as PD. So what I'll do? So here, for now, like we'll take from the dictionary. We'll create a dictionary. We don't have any Excel sheets, right? First, we'll learn how to do it from this dictionary. Name. I'll create Alice. So if you remember dictionary syntax, this is the dictionary syntax.
But we have one key and two values. Will it work like that?
Yeah. So here, because right, we'll be having more than one rows and columns, right? So we are. Once you see the output, you'll be able to understand. Like the syntax will be dictionary syntax.
Okay.
So here, this is a dictionary. Now, we want to. So I'll create a data frame. So I'll write df is equals to pd dot data frame. So we have to pass this data. If you write df, that will be printed. So here, if you see, you can clearly see this rows and column names with a clear tabular format.
Okay, here df means data frame or just data we frame. Created some variable?
Yes, we have created data frame variable name. That's all. You can give anything here.
Okay.
This should be fixed. This is a syntax. PD dot data frame. This should be same. You cannot change this. Data frame is a keyword here. Inbuilt method. Here series. Series we have only one column. Yeah. So if you add, you can add any number. I'll add something. See here, if you see, we have got one more column, one more row. So here we have 3 rows and 3 columns.
Have you executed only one this fifth number? Like if we click on run, all will execute or only fifth column? Fifth line.
I have clicked here. Inside this, I have used shortcut to run the cell. Shift enter.
Shift enter. Okay.
Shift enter, it will run. Or you can, after clicking in this column, in this cell, you can click on this arrow mark.
Okay.
Or else you can click on this run selected cell. Everything will be same. Shortcut will be shift enter.
Okay.
So ignore these numbers. Whenever you run, these numbers will be changed. It is 6 now. So ignore that number. So remember this running.
Okay.
So this is data frame. Here you are saying rows and columns.
For Windows also shift enter.
Yeah, shift enter. So this is Jupyter, right? So it will be same.
సో డేటా మనం కొంచెం ఎక్స్టెండ్ చేసుకోవడానికి లైక్ ఈ నేమ్ ఏ సిటీలో ఆటోమేటిక్ గా కింద వచ్చేస్తా లేకపోతే మళ్ళీ షిఫ్ట్ ఎంటర్ చేసుకోవాలి.
ఆహా, ఇప్పుడు మీరు ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో చేంజ్ చేస్తే రన్ చేయాలి కదా, ప్రోగ్రామ్ అవుట్పుట్ చేంజ్ అవ్వాలి.
అవునవును,
ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో చేంజ్ చేస్తే రన్ చేశాకనే అవుట్పుట్ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. So and we have some inbuilt methods here now. Suppose I want to, so we have a method called like df dot head. If you want to see df dot head, so head means what it will do, it will display the first five rows, like first five rows in the table, like in our data frame. Here we have, okay, we have more, only 3, right? If I create here, okay, I'll give Alice 2, Bob 2, test 2. So here now total we have 6 rows, 6. So what will do? Shift enter. So only we are till we are able to see Bob 5, right? Bob 2. Head, what is the functionality of head means? It will display only the first 5 rows of the data frame. Head అంటే ఓన్లీ ఫస్ట్ టాప్ 5 rows మాత్రమే చూపిస్తుంది మనకి. సో ఇప్పుడు మీరు హెడ్ తీసేసారు అనుకోండి, మీకు టోటల్ 6 చూపిస్తుంది. 0 నుంచి 5 టోటల్ 6 ఉన్నాయి కదా, 6 రికార్డ్స్ చూపిస్తుంది. ఓకే, అండర్స్టూడ్, రైట్? df dot head means it will display only top 5 rows. సో మీరు సీక్వెల్ లో రాస్తారు కదా, లిమిట్ 5 అని, టాప్ 5 అని, టాప్ ఆఫ్ 5 అని. సో సిమిలర్ టు దట్ df dot head. సో df dot tail అని రాస్తే మీకు ఫస్ట్ రాలేదు, ఫస్ట్ రికార్డ్ రాలేదు,
లాస్ట్ 5
రికార్డ్స్. Head is first 5, tail is last 5. So remember this methods also, df dot head. And we have one more method, df dot describe. So here,
like if we use like this 3 methods, it will take the last one.
Yes.
Okay.
So describe means it will give all the summary of our complete data frame. So here you see count 6, total we have 6. Mean, so it is calculating on this mean, standard deviation, minimum value. So if you take this age, we have minimum value 25, so it is giving 25% of this. So 50%, 75%, maximum is 40. So here it is ages, right? Just it is displaying like that. We'll use this describe for like we have, if you have more statistical numbers. So here it is age, right? That's why it is displaying like this. Generally, if it is related to some weather forecasting, or it is percentages of students or any other percentages.
Then what about this string data when we use this describe method?
No, like, so it will check for this integers, like where we have these numbers. So for that it will display. So let's so here, so if I do not have those numbers, right? It is just giving the count and
okay.
Total name we have 6 names. Cities we have 6 unique. 6 are unique. But here in cities, we have only 3 are unique, right? So I have given 2 times, India 2 times, Sri Lanka. So unique are 3. Top, India and Alice are top. Frequency, 1, 2. So India is repeated twice. So this is the maximum frequency.
Okay.
So this is regarding this data frames and series. And no, so we'll go through one more example, like so similar to this, like I'll partners. So here I have put it partners. Now what I'll do is, like I'll something. So I have three names. What I'll So yes, three subjects. So I have given so names are like Alice, Bob and David. We have three subjects: math, science and English. We are given marks for each student. So Alice got 85 in maths, 75 in science, 35 in English. Like that you have to remember. So these three are there. Now we'll convert this into a data frame. So this is similar to it, like dictionary. Right? Now I'll define a data frame. DF is equals to. So if you remember, what is an PD dot data frame? D cap F caps. I'll pass this. First I'll print the data frame. So here Alice got 85 in maths, 75 in science, 35 in English. Similar to that, like we have other records. So this is the data frame we have. So now what I want to do is, like I want to calculate the maximum average of the students. So first we will calculate the total marks. So how do we calculate the total marks? So to calculate the total marks, we will write df of, we'll define total, so equals to df of, so two square brackets. One is for, like, here I will write math. Remember this, like one more is science. So to calculate the total, I am taking this math, science and English, three numbers. So add total means we have to sum, right? So here we have to pass a parameter called axis. Axis equals to 1. So here now I want to print df of, we'll print the total. What is the value of the total? So if you see, we got this total 195, 185, 180. So what this is doing? This is taking the individual marks, Alice marks in maths. Okay. So just a minute. So now it is taking the total marks 195. So 80 is okay. 30, 70. So individually it is adding the marks and it is giving the output total marks.
So what about like a 1% total marks, like individually? Like the output will be for only 1%.
For only 1% you want to access that?
Yes.
Okay. So if you want to access Okay, you want only Alice total marks, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What you are expecting here?
Yes, I need only Alice total marks, sir. That should be output to only Alice data set.
Okay, okay. Understood.
95 is Alice marks, total marks, no, sir.
Yes. 9, see here, this
195 is Alice, 185 is Bob, 180 is David.
that's false. So if you want to add, see, data frames, if you want, see, to get only, if you want only one person marks, we'll be having dictionary, right? No need of data frames. So what is the use of data frames? If you want a group of calculations or group of statistics. So if you want one person, we can directly get from the data dictionary, right? No need of data frame itself.
Okay.
So here, this will give the overall complete data.
Okay.
Yeah, understood, right?
So, yes, sir.
Sir, that axis one, can you repeat one more? Like, I'm not clear.
Yes. Okay, yeah, I'll explain. So here, so now what is our agenda is, I have three students. We have 3 subjects. Individually, we have marks. We have Alice marks, Bob marks, and David marks in each subject. So I want individual sum of marks. So I want to know how many marks did Alice score totally. How many marks did Bob score total? How many marks did David score in total? So those marks I needed. So if you, so here, see, if you want to Alice total marks, we have to add these 3, right? Bob, we have to add these 3. So to achieve that, we just need to take our data frame. We need to mention the subjects that we want to add, and we have to call the inbuilt method sum. So axis is equals to 1. So axis 1 means it will add so in this way it will add this row by row.
Okay.
And axis is equals to 1. So here how to it should not add 85, 35, 40, right? It should add 85, 75, 35, right?
Yes.
So this axis equals to 1 defines that. So we have to calculate the sum row by row, not column by column.
Okay.
So to make it our row by row, we will mention axis equals to 1.
Okay, sir. Now it is understood.
Yeah. So that is the purpose of this axis is equals to 1. So this is recording Pandas data frame. Next, what we'll do, so here we got the total now. So what will, so now I want to get the maximum average of the students. So who has got the maximum average? Suppose average of these 3 numbers. We have to get the average of these 3. Okay, Alice average of 3. So here, this is the 3 marks of Alice. So 85, 75, 35, right? So I want to calculate his average. I want to calculate Bob average. I want to calculate David average. So I want to know the average marks of individual students. So then we'll define one more variable, average. Data frame of average. So how to get that? So total we have 3 subjects, right? We'll just divide it by 3. Okay, we have to print this of average. So if you see average marks, so Alice average is 65, Bob average is 61, David average is 60. So just we got the total marks of each individual student. We have calculated their average marks. We have printed, displayed the result. So any doubts here? సో యావరేజ్ మార్క్స్ ఎలా వచ్చాయంటే ఫస్ట్ మనం టోటల్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసాము. యాక్సిస్ 1 ఎందుకు ఇచ్చామంటే రో బై రో క్యాలిక్యులేషన్, రో బై రో యాడ్ అవ్వడానికి. సో ఈ యావరేజ్ మార్క్స్ రావాలి అంటే మనకి అలీస్కి 85, 75, 35 వచ్చాయి. సో ఇండివిజువల్. సో ఈ యావరేజ్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయడానికి మనం ఏం చేసామంటే టోటల్ని బై 3 చేసాము. 3 సబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి. సో నౌ నెక్స్ట్ ఐ వాంట్ లైక్ ఇందులో 3 స్టూడెంట్స్లో ఎవరు బెటర్గా పర్ఫామ్ చేస్తారు, ఎవరికి యావరేజ్ ఎక్కువ ఉంది. సో బై సీయింగ్ యూ కెన్ సే లైక్ ఇఫ్ దెర్ ఆర్ సమ్ lakhs of records we cannot directly see, right? So I will just want to calculate who has got the highest average in the class. So here to calculate that, so we can just take like I want to calculate maximum average. I'll take a variable. So from average we need to calculate. So we have df of average, right? In this we have the average marks. What I'll do, I'll call the max method. So max method, print the max. Okay. So we are getting the data type like so np is numpy. We will discuss about np later. That is the data type. Ignore for this. 65.0 is the maximum average. This is the data type.
Okay, sir.
So here we learnt about what is pandas, what are the data structures we have in pandas. 2 data structures. One is series and one is data frame. Series means we'll be having only one column. If you have more than one column, like 2 columns, 10 columns, any number of rows, that is a data frame. 2-dimensional labeled data, rows and columns. So remember like how to import pandas, like how to install pandas, pip space install space pandas. After installing, how to use in our program, we have to import, as it is a third party library. It is a library, we have to import pandas. For series, we'll just create a list and we'll define a variable and convert this list variable into series by passing it. Later we have gone through data frame. So what is data frame? So data frame, we will be having more than 1 row and columns. We have taken some list of students and their marks in each subject. We have converted this data into data frame. So we can for data frame we can, if you want to see top 5 rows, we'll call method called head. If you want to see bottom 5 rows, tail. If you want to know the about description about the data frame, we'll call describe method.
Okay, sir.
So we have calculated the total average, highest average.
మ్యాక్స్ యావరేజ్ ఎవరిది అనేది ఇండికేట్ చేయలేదు సార్ లాస్ట్.
ఇక్కడ ఇండికేట్ చేస్తుంది కదా, ఇది డేటా టైప్ మెన్షన్ చేసి ఇండికేట్ చేస్తుంది 65.0 అని.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు అలీస్, బాబ్, డేవిడ్ ఎవరిది అనేది తెలుస్తుంది.
ఓకే, ఈ మ్యాక్స్ యావరేజ్ ఎవరిది అని అంటున్నారా? ఓకే, సో ఫర్ దట్ లైక్ we get the students. Okay, how to df of average, right? Maximum. How to see? Okay, I'll check that and I'll let you know in tomorrow class.
Okay.
We can see that also, but I'll check once.
Okay. సార్ చిన్న డౌట్ సార్.
చెప్పండి
సార్, ఇప్పుడు ఇది నార్మల్గా నేను కొంచెం చూసా సార్. అంటే ఈ జూపిటర్ నోట్బుక్ కన్నా పైచామ్ అనేది కొంచెం యూజర్ ఫ్రెండ్లీ అంట, ఈజీ ఉంటుంది అంటే యూజ్, అట్లా ఏమైనా ఉంటుంది సార్?
అలా ఏం ఉండదు. మీరు డేటా ఇంజనీరింగ్ లో మీరు ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ కోడ్ రాయరు. డేటా ఇంజనీరింగ్ అంటే మీరు ఎలా చేస్తారంటే క్లౌడ్లో యూజ్ చేస్తారు.
ఓకే
సో మీరు పైచామ్, విజువల్ స్టూడియో కోడ్ యూజ్ చేయరు. డేటా ఇంజనీరింగ్ లో మీరు క్లౌడ్ యూజ్ చేస్తారు. క్లౌడ్ అంటే అజూర్, జీసీపీ. సో అజూర్ లో మీరు ఏం యూజ్ చేస్తారంటే అజూర్ లో యూజ్ చేసేది జూపిటరే. ఇలా సెల్స్ ఉంటాయి దాంట్లో కూడా.
ఓకే
సో దానికోసం ఇలా మనం జూపిటర్ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేస్తాం. సేమ్ ఇలానే ఉంటుంది సెల్స్. సో ఇలా సెల్స్ క్రియేట్ చేసి మీరు రన్ చేస్తారు.
ఓకే
సో మనం ఇప్పుడు